In this section, we're going to continue talking about our curves, and specifically we're going to get into editing points of curves. Now for that, I'm going to create two different curves. One is a control point curve, as you saw there. For the other, I'm going to use an interpolate point curve here. I'll allow both of these to be closed curves. Now, I'll turn on by left-clicking my control points button here. As you can see, even though I used an interpolate curve tool, my control points are actually not exactly on the curve. And our control point curve looks similar. I can grab each of these points by left-clicking and holding the button down and moving it around. This is going to change the shape of our line, changing our curve. I can also select points and use the delete key to delete them. I can draw a box around several points and use my delete key there. Editing points of line segments or curves is extremely simple. But for example, what if I deleted more points than I wanted to delete? This leaves me with only 4 in this shape. Well, let's turn off our points. Select. Let's go to Edit. Rebuild. Point count. Here I can add some points back in. So let's say 12. Now the shape has not changed, but if I turn on my control points, now I have more points to work with. This can be done with any type of shape. I'll right-click to turn off my points again. Create a 9-sided star here. We'll delete our soft shapes. Again, control points on. I can also use some of my editing tools on control points. In other words, my scale tool, for example. If I right-click for a 2-dimensional scale here, this can actually draw my points together or force them further apart. I could also use my rotate tool. As you can see, that's kind of twisting the points to the left or right. Turn my points off here. And so we've changed the shape of our star. Now some shapes, like this one, a nice 5-sided polygon, have very hard edges. I have only 5 points to work with here, and I certainly have the option of rebuilding it. But if I do that, as you'll see, it softens considerably. Turn on my points. And again, here they are. You can also select 2 points, and even use your 1-dimensional scale. I make a line that goes right along with the 2 points. You can draw them closer together, spread them further apart. I can select all the points in a shape and do a 3-dimensional scale to simply make the shape bigger or smaller. I can hold down my control key and click points to deselect them or reselect. If I hold my shift key, I can add points. I can then add, by drawing a square, other points. Now if I hold my control key, I can draw a box to subtract. So it's important to remember that control points can always be turned on for any curved or line shape, which will allow you to really edit your work.